it's Bobby from Rise Rooted Wellness with the next episode of Kids Corner. Now today I'm going to be sharing with you a story that comes all the way from China. And this is the story of the Jade Rabbit, a character from Chinese folklore who lives on the moon with Chang'e, the Lady of the Moon. Now the Jade Rabbit is always seen preparing the elixir of life for the immortals, but he is no ordinary rabbit. He's a noble and benevolent creature, and offerings are often made to him and Chang'e during the Mid-Autumn Festival in China. Now I know it's nowhere near autumn here, it's actually spring at the moment. But the beautiful full moon last night got me thinking about this story, and I wanted to share it with you. So this is the story of how the Jade Rabbit got to the moon. One day, the Jade Emperor decided that he wanted some help preparing the elixir of life for the immortals. Fearing that humans would be too selfish and untrustworthy for such an important role, he thought an animal would be better suited to this responsibility. The Jade Emperor came down to the earth disguised as a beggar and went to search for a worthy animal in a forest. As a famished and frail man, he cried out for help and food, and eventually 3 animals came to see if they could help. The monkey, the fox, and the rabbit. The monkey, the fox, and the rabbit were sympathetic to the old beggar's plight and went into the forest to search for food. The monkey returned laden with fruits he had gathered from up in the trees. The fox returned with some fish he had caught in a nearby stream. Despite searching throughout the forest, the rabbit could not find any food for the old man from the woodland floor. When he returned much later and saw the beggar sat next to the fire eating the fruits and the fish, the rabbit felt sad that he had been unable to find him any food. Realizing that he could sacrifice himself so that the man could eat, the rabbit threw himself into the fire in an ultimate act of selflessness. But at that instant, the beggar turned back into the Jade Emperor and stopped the rabbit from being burned. Having found the most noble of creatures to take on the role of creating the elixirs, the Jade Emperor carried him up to the moon, where he learned to make divine medicines and be kept safe from humans wishing to steal the elixir of life. The rabbit worked hard and learned to create the divine medicines, eventually mastering the skills required to pound the right ingredients together to create the elixir of life. The Jade Emperor was so delighted with the rabbit that he made the rabbit's fur a dazzling white. The heavenly glow of the rabbit's smooth and bright fur was so bright and beautiful that it looked like precious jade, which is why the other heavenly beings came to call him the Jade Rabbit. So this story teaches us about selflessness. But what does selflessness mean? Quite simply, it means to put somebody else or something else before yourself, which we should all do every day. And there are a few things that you could do that you might enjoy doing that are considered to be selfless acts. So perhaps you've got some pets, or there are some animals somewhere that you could look after. That's a selfless act. Or maybe you might like to plant some trees. And then as you grow, the tree will grow too. And then you're a part of that tree and that ecosystem. How cool is that? I wonder how tall the tree would be by the time you're 30. You might like to make donations, so maybe you've got some toys that you don't need anymore. And you could donate them to charity or to a children's hospice so that other children can enjoy them. Perhaps you might like to go out with your parents with a bag and a special litter picker and fill up one bag with rubbish that you find out in your community. Imagine how nice it would make you feel to know that you've done something for somebody else. It will make you happy and it will make them happy too. Now, do you want to know something really cool? If you look up at the full moon and you squint your eyes slightly, you might just be able to make out the shape of the Jade Rabbit mixing the elixir of life in his pestle and mortar. And maybe that's why he's up there, so that wherever you are in the world, whenever you gaze up towards the moon, you can be reminded of the importance of selflessness. And I wonder if you could carry out just one selfless act before the end of your day today and see just how good it makes you feel. I've really enjoyed reading for you today, and I look forward to sharing another story with you soon. Who knows where that story will come from? If you've enjoyed today's story, you might like to ask your parents to subscribe to my channel and follow. And that way, they'll be notified every time there's a new and exciting story for you. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.